welcome to the 2018 4th of July Parade here in the city of Douglasville. I'm Kelly Hunter with the Community to Relations Department here, and joining me on set is our city manager, Marcia Hampton. Welcome this morning.
Good morning, Miss Kelly.
All right, we're going to get our microphones up to us here and get set for the parade because we can hear sirens. We've seen the down the shot street shots showing the fire trucks and the police cars, the blue lights, the noise, the excitement is building, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. And earlier this morning, I was out on the parade route just checking out things. So the crowd is ready to see a large array of a variety of entries this year.
There you go. And your morning begins down at the step-off.
Yes, ma'am.
Give us a little bit of a rundown of kind of what happens down there. Is it organized chaos?
I would say it's organized chaos, but the city staff does a great job. Everybody's nice and pleasant. It helps that the weather's great, so it's warm but not too hot. So we try to get folks there between 9 and 10 o'clock and try to make those adjustments. Those might be a little bit sleeping in. Some people have today off,
right.
But in the end, it all works out.
Well, we hear rolling up right here in the intersection our motorcade of our police department. It's always an excitement for the young kids, especially.
It is. And one of the things, I don't know if the public realizes, but we have a lot of young new officers. I was down there, and usually I'm able to recognize many of the officers, but even on the honor guard that are stepping up, we have some new members who've signed up. So, and it's a great pleasure to be able to have an honor guard with the city. Not many municipalities do, and I'm proud to say that we do.
And they're dressed in their blue uniform there, very prestigious. They represent the city well at many different occasions throughout the city. That's events correct. And other civic events throughout the area.
That's right, and we're proud to have them. We just recently had our Flag Day event, and they were there as well. And I know most of our patriotic activities, they will be there. So it's a great honor for us to have them on staff and to participate.
Hey, I'm looking around the streets and looking at the crowds. We've got a good crowd this week, or this year here.
We do.
Kids with their flags. I see some balloons. If you can see on my glasses here, I got decorated up. So we're having fun, just enjoying the day. And like you said, there's a little bit of a breeze blowing, so it's not quite the steamy hot that we've had in years past.
No, it's not, and it sounds like the rain's going to hold off, and I know that many folks are also anticipating the fireworks tonight.
They are.
So that'll help to cap off the day.
That's happening out at West Pines.
It is.
And several viewing spots throughout the city area.
And I saw that the mall was preparing for something new this year.
They are. They've kind of stepped that up. And I believe they're asking for canned donations if you're coming out.
All right. And looks like our deputy police chief.
Yes,
hello there,
right there in the
Joanne
intersection.
I usually don't get to see her in a patrol vehicle.
I tell you, she's a very busy woman.
Yes. And the chief always walks.
Does he?
So he and the sheriff. So I saw them in their summer uniforms.
Okay.
So they're both in shorts, and I also he's always holding up the parade line because both of them are very popular with the kids, handing out candy.
They are, and so they're doing the shaking the hands and kissing the babies' faces, I'm guessing.
Right. That's right.
So, what we do is we go through the lineup for the parade this year. We have about 43 different entries that range anywhere from businesses to, of course, some political candidates that are in the lineup. We've got, I believe, a band ensemble that represents some of the band local high schools. So just a lot of things happening here. And of course, for the parade, we actually have 4 judges that are actually going to be judging about 11 different floats that we have. So
it is, and I know that it's hard work for each individual entry to put together a float for July 4th, but it's also fun. It's also fun to be able to have some of these organizations to see what type of creativity they can have around a July 4th theme.
It is, and seeing them compete against each other.
That's correct.
We have first, second, and third place plaques that we issue for those entries. And our judges this year, I don't know if we have a cameraman back on getting a view at them, but they did just a few moments ago. We've got Deborah Foreman from our Municipal Court Services area. We have Katrina Davis, which is our executive assistant to the city manager. I guess you're familiar with Katrina.
Well, and I will not give her any advice with her judging capabilities. Okay. And I heard she actually had a partner with her, someone who can assist.
I think he just walked right behind us. It's her grandson, Matthew. Yes. And then we have Mary Jane King, who is a Rotarian. She also works at Northside Hospital, but does a lot of things locally here. She serves on the board with the community and schools. And then we have Zane Hedge, law offices. Mr. Zane from his office practices there. He's also a Rotarian, and his office location is over on Hospital Drive.
Yeah, and we thank those volunteers, not just the city staff, but the people, specifically community leaders who've decided to spend their 4th of July morning with us and help to volunteer to be a part of this, and showing that Miss Katrina has her grandson shows that it really is truly a family affair. And we're proud to be able to say that we're, one of the municipalities who do this in a very family-friendly way that everyone can enjoy.
And as you mentioned, I see our sheriff and our police chief walking up, coming into the intersection here, doing some waving to the crowd, making that personal connection.
That's right. And as we said, in their summer uniforms. So we do have a bicycle patrol, and the chief is actually wearing the uniforms for the bicycle patrol. He and the sheriff do a lot of joint efforts together. So in this shows.
And that's great to see both the county sheriff department as well as the city's PD department working in unison together.
Yes, yes.
They have the same goals, same missions, and that's to keep our community safe for our citizens.
That's right. And I think we'll see a host of vehicles, particularly from the Sheriff Department, that'll be coming up throughout these next entries, but just showing off some of the equipment that the citizens have actually provided for the community. And I think that shows that safety is paramount, and making certain that is a key priority for our citizens.
And I think I see our Grand Marshal approaching as well.
And of course, many know our Grand Marshal as our hometown Olympian.
Yes, 3-time Olympian medalist, Elana Meyers Taylor. Let's not forget the Taylor now. Yes, there we go. That's
right.
And her husband joining her there on the back of the vehicle.
That's right.
Great job.
Great job. It's such an honor to be able to have someone like Miss Meyers Taylor in our community, and not only is she an Olympian, but she does give back, and the fact that she is participating with us where she can be anywhere, she is home participating with us.
And going through the intersection now is our Mayor Rochelle Robinson and her family in a very nice car there.
That's right.
Followed directly right behind Dr. Ramona Jackson-Jones, our chairman for the Board of Commissioners for the county here.
And those two ladies also have a great working relationship. Many folks see the two of them around town together, different places. Again, supporting the citizens of Douglasville, and it's a very prideful thing to be able to say that our elected and appointed officials work hard to work together.
They work together collaboratively.
That's correct.
And that's a good thing for our community, for our growth, for our future, and the vision of this whole area. Coming up, we've got the red fire engine that has been around. Do you know how many years?
I don't know. I guess I should know the age of the fire truck, but it is part of our fleet as well as the vehicle behind it.
Yes.
But as you can see, it's in very pristine condition, and our council members and their families love to ride on the fire truck.
And there we go. We do have some council with us on the float there. Waving and holding on, please. Yes,
right.
Staying safe with us.
Our Mayor Pro Tem and one of our council members and his grandchildren.
All right. Another city vehicle. That's a nice old, is that a Ford?
It is.
Yes. Okay.
It is.
And of course, here's another one that our children enjoy, our fire and EMS vehicles, and they're, the big fire truck here with the extension ladder.
The huge ladder truck that many of the kids that we love to show off, that we partner with the county for Georgia Cities Week. So we can show those kids just what their fire department is able to do and what type of equipment that is needed in helping to protect against fires.
And that is a very impressive vehicle. Here we have some of our commissioners for the county.
That's right.
Ann Jones Guider. And a lot of our political and delegates representing our area here. Here's Donzella James,
yes,
our state senator.
She is. She represents a portion of our area here in Douglas County.
And as always, we have that opportunity to find out who is going to be on the ballot coming up for elections. And so the parade is always a great time where they make their entry and I guess maybe their presence for people to, it's a good way to find out, engage, and connect with them. So
it is. And I think, you know, the fact that we have probably a couple thousand people that come out to the parade, if you are a candidate, yes, and you're wanting to make certain that your presence is known, you're wanting people to know who you are,
right,
here's a great opportunity.
Here's a way to do it. And now we have the parade catching back up with us here in the intersection, and a group coming through is Roger Bruce. He's our state representative for the area as well. Served many, many years. I'm not sure how many terms, but his name and face, he's been around.
Yes, and I think many people may know him from his fishing tournament that he does at Sweetwater Creek State Park. I know he fills the lake with thousands of fish.
Yes.
And many people enjoy that activity. It's very family friendly. It's one of the advantages that we have here in Douglasville, Douglas County, being next to a state park that is highly visited.
Yes, with a very nice big reservoir.
Yes.
And here he is coming right by the stages here, waving.
That's right.
Yes, we're in the shade, and should have offered him maybe a bottle of water.
I think so.
Yeah.
Up that hill when you get up past Campbellton Street, I think it's a big push.
You can start feeling the incline.
You can. So definitely a testament to those who decide to walk.
Yes. And we have a few more coming up. This is Unity in the Community.
Yes.
Is this Henry Mitchell? I see on the side. Okay.
Yeah, and I think Unity in the Community, many years ago, people may remember the program that at the time, Councilman Mitchell as well as Councilman Robinson put together the backpack program on the north side.
Right.
So I think there are two young citizens in the community who've kind of taken that over, and now it's called Unity in the Community.
Ah, Mr. Brandon.
Yes.
Yeah, we're familiar. There we go.
And that's Henry Mitchell the fourth.
Oh, is he the driver there?
He's the driver, and Brandon Penniman, a community activist.
I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. He's quite the young man.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and many people may not know, but at the time, Councilman Mitchell helped the city to get what we know is City TV.
Right. He was very instrumental in those years back in 2006.
Yeah.
Getting everything ready and launched for our beginning of our communications department that has now grown and expanded as well.
That's right. So we can forgive him for becoming a county commissioner.
There you go.
and leaving us in the city.
It's a little bit difficult to compete with those sirens, isn't it?
It really is.
Oh, and here's a great lineup of vehicles coming behind, all from representing our law enforcement throughout the county and the city as well, because like our Find unit and the Hero unit that we just saw coming through, those are joint efforts between both law agencies.
They are. And many people don't know that. They see them out patrolling, but again, you know, thanks to the citizens who allow both of our government's public safety departments to be able to really purchase these pieces of equipment to make certain that they're keeping our community safe.
Here's some new vehicles I don't know that I've seen, but
I don't think I've seen those either. They are very impressive.
And also seeing some of our officers in different...
yes.
Whoa.
Someone tried to throw us some candy, Miss Kelly, but I think they slightly missed.
It hit the tent and rolled down, but thank you. Oh. Nice to see all of the smiling faces from the crowd, interacting with our participants in the float.
That's right.
You know, some of these units, you hope that you really don't have to see them deployed.
You are correct, because if you see on the vehicles, you see special units, special forces, so that typically means that is something very serious that is happening, and hopefully we don't have to have special weapons and tactics police officers respond to a situation in our community.
But it is a very comforting factor to know that they're there, and not only that we have the equipment, but we have the trained personnel that go along with that equipment.
That is
as
right.
Well.
And now for community outreach.
There we
moving
go.
From special tactics to ice cream.
Touch and feely with the community. You're right. So the Polar Patrol, this is something new with the Sheriff's Department.
It is. It is.
Sheriff Pounds brought this on board as one of his new initiatives. Actually going through the streets and offering the ice cream to the children and making that early connection.
That's right.
With law enforcement.
That's right. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to compete with the sound system, the moving sound system, very large sound system.
We may have to get up and dance. I don't know. What do we think?
I don't know.
Now, do we know the tactical purposes of this? Or maybe it's just another way of interacting with the youth of the community?
Yeah, I think more geared toward your teenage citizens, giving them something to it. Not that they don't like ice cream.
Oh, yes. Now, here comes one of the favorites of mine of the parade, and that is the motorcycles.
That's right, Kelly. I know you're very familiar with motorcycles.
Too familiar, but I've enjoyed that from my early years, as well as just a small stint there where I had a cycle myself. Enjoy the freedom that it gives you out on that open road. Safety is always an important thing with motorcycles as well. And I know when they're in this lineup here, they're very conscious of the fact that little ones can jump up in front of you, and so they're very safe. And their music's a little loud, but
and I see we have a variety of types. That's very neat to be able to see, and for the kids to be able to see. But you're exactly right. Cyclists have to keep in mind safety, probably even more so than those driving your traditional vehicles.
Now we have a little bit of an older vehicle here. I'm not sure in the lineup what representation this is.
But it is great to see that we do have this vehicle.
Representation there, and that's what makes the parade fun. There's a variety. And now we have our ensemble band unit. This brings me back to my high school days.
That's right.
My senior year, drum major, moving the parade down, leading it through the streets here.
And representing all high schools in Douglas County.
Nice. Yes.
Very nice. And thanks to those students, because summers are so short now. So for them to be able to come in and combine and be a part of the parade, that's great.
Because it also required time where they had to get together to practice as well. And so all 5 high schools are represented.
That's right. And then some of them don't practice together on a regular basis.
That's right.
So that's very good they were able to do that.
I'm glad also that they got to wear shorts and a t-shirt. The years that I had to do, we had to come
full
in
uniform.
our full uniform.
Well, this is part of what I love, our Naval ROTC program. In college, I participated in Naval ROTC, so it's great to see that in high school and see kids participating. And some of them don't necessarily choose the military route for a career, but I do think that what it provides is a level of discipline, a level of leadership that you can attain, that you can carry throughout your career. So
that's right.
Very, very great that Chapel Hill High School participates in a Naval ROTC program.
That's very good. And like you said, you participated in that, and not just through, did you say high school, but college?
In college, and then serving some time in the military.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
So thank you for that. We appreciate that.
Thank you. All right, so
another candidate for governor. I believe I had pulled some information that how many governor representatives do we have? 7?
Yes.
Or 9, I believe.
9.
7 or 10. Got 7 Republicans, 2 Democrats and 1 Libertarian going for that office of governor for the state of Georgia.
And I think this is one that's currently in a runoff that we have currently. I see coming up is one of our former mayors. Former mayor
Harvey Persons.
Correct.
Yes. I guess we haven't gotten his attention.
No.
Or he's gotten the attention of the camera there. So that's the important part. So, okay.
That's right.
We have the Douglas County Democrats. Let's go forward, I guess is their theme.
That's right.
Representing there are several different candidates for different offices that are available and coming up on the November ballot.
Yes, looks like we have candidates for commissioner, candidates for solicitor general that are following up.
And of course, lots of candy being handed out.
That's right.
One of the safety rules for floats is to actually hand the candy and not toss or throw.
That's
we want
right.
to make sure
to make certain that
keep everyone safe.
That is correct.
So it's nice to see everybody participating and working within those confines for us.
And, some folks have asked, about the parade and candidates being entries. And, one of the things I expressed to say, not only is it an opportunity for candidates to be able to showcase who they are and meet and greet with the public, but really it quietly, shows an opportunity just the country that we live in. You actually have this as an opportunity to participate in this democracy. So I say great for it. The fact that candidates are willing to come out, walk this parade route, and shake hands and meet and greet the public. I think that's one of the things that makes us as a country great.
I think it's still one of the best ways to make a connection with your constituents. Is that Pastor John Citizen there driving that vehicle for us?
It is. And we would know that John would be the one person in the parade with a megaphone.
With a megaphone, that's right. And, each participant is allowed to purchase, if you would, several slots within. So if you see one candidate that seems to have a larger space than maybe another, that's exactly why. Is that correct?
That is correct. And we do not withhold the number of spaces. You can purchase as much or as little as you like.
That's right. So trying to keep that fair and open for everyone.
That is correct.
So some more of the Sonia Compton crew coming through.
And I see not only are they handing out candy, but they're handing out freeze pops. So
is it freeze pops? Oh my goodness!
I'm certain that is a treat.
We need to get one for little Matthew right
yes,
here.
We do.
That would be great. Ah, we are at Chapel Hill High. Okay. All right. I know they're trying to tell us what that was. It was somebody with a champion, but I didn't quite catch all of it.
Yes, I know it's national champion. So I see we have 80 West Dance Company. They've been around in our community for a long time.
They have. I believe they've performed several different events for us that we host on the O'Neill Plaza in the stage area.
Yes.
But great opportunities for things in the community for our young adults, our young children to connect, have a way to express themselves. Dance is it's a big event. It's huge.
And it's a huge commitment for individuals who choose to participate, and I know especially if you go on a competitive level.
Oh, I tell you, yes. Dance and cheerleading.
Yes.
Those are really very, very huge.
Yes.
I know my sister and her daughter, they do the big cheerleading event down in Orlando right after New Year's or right between Christmas, New Year's.
And you have to be very strong and fit to be able to participate in those competitions. So my hat's off to those ladies and gentlemen who participate in those.
We have some cute little entries here. I'm thinking so. And several more vehicles, and the participants on the floats and the vehicles making that interaction with the crowd as well.
That's right.
All right, we have the AMVETS of Post 118 out of Lithia Springs. And I'm wondering, is this their motorcycle?
I do think so.
Crew behind them.
They're annual participants. They participate every year.
With a nice patriotic music.
Yes.
Their red, white, and blue, as well as their black leather. Very symbolic of motorcycle.
Yes.
Lots of Harleys.
Yes. And I see we have a unique float coming up behind the motorcycles.
All right.
And it's miniature, probably one I haven't seen in the parade before.
Here we are.
She's paddling her way down the parade route.
I tell you. That's creative.
Very creative.
Then we have a tribe cycle. They're all very loud. Whoa.
Wow, I'm sure that was exciting for families and kids, but it could have given me a heart attack.
I'm thinking my level of excitement days are at a minimal now. That was too much. All right, coming up here, another candidate here.
Yes.
And like we said, taking the opportunity to make their name and face out in the crowds, letting the community know.
That's right.
Looks like this might be kind of a joint effort here.
Looks like it is. And I know one of this candidate, I know Miss Miller is actually married to one of our council members.
That is correct. Now, would that not be a very unique situation?
It would.
Within our county.
That's right. Someone driving the vehicle is one of our local residents and board members, Mr. Scott Powers. Live music
going on this float.
That's right. Very unique and very impressive for them to play while moving.
That is, keeping their balance as well as strumming, and they've got it set up for vocals as well. So.
Right.
Several candidates, and I'm sure that each of the candidates have some kind of interaction, whether it be social media, a website, something. So we would want to encourage everyone to go out and find out what information they can about the candidates.
That's right.
And make an informed decision as you
right.
vote in November.
That's right. And express your right to vote. If we encourage nothing else, go out to the polls and vote.
Right.
Do your research. Look into each candidate and make your best decision, but definitely express your right to vote. I think that's one of the greatest things and abilities that we have here in this country is our ability to choose, and we should express that every opportunity we can.
And one of the things that we actually celebrate on this day, the 4th of July.
That's right. I think that is Councilman Miller on the other side of the float. He's not facing us, but I see he just threw a cup.
No. Maybe that rolled off the float. But there we are.
Hello, happy 4th of July.
Need the shade. Yeah, I imagine the sun is getting quite hot right now as you're out there on the pavement as well as underneath the sunshine itself.
That's right.
Have a few more vehicles. I'm not sure if they're a new float that's being introduced now.
That's right.
We'll see if we can find us a magnet on the side of the vehicles and give you a little update as to who's here in the intersections.
That's right. Looks like another candidate coming up. Actually, we have State Representative Micah Gravely.
Micah Gravely, yes, okay.
And he represents our district as well.
District 67, so a portion of that here in the Douglas County area.
Yes.
He also has a big event that he hosts on a regular basis as well too. So all of the candidates, I think, once they're in the office and they make that personal connection with the constituents that they serve and come up with those kind of engaging activities. So
yes.
There he is.
Hello, how are you? And one of the things I am proud to say, I know collectively we've worked several years here at the city, and we've always had great representation. So thanks to the public for allowing us to have great representation. I think that, you know, regardless of their political affiliations, they have all sought out for the best for our community, and that's what you hope for.
And that's what you want. You definitely do. All right, we've got a couple of other floats coming up. I can read on this one, Amazing Face and Custom Designs.
All right, so I see two ladies, actually all three have, and the gentleman with their faces
painted up. So it's some kind of interaction, I'm thinking, with the local, in the community, with our children.
Yes.
So we love to see the support of these businesses, outreaches, participating in the parade. This is a great way to let your services be known too.
That is correct. So looking at the faces of the young children, so probably if there's an opportunity for someone looking for that service, these folks have taken the advantage to show their techniques and skills to everyone out here at the parade.
And I know that's an important thing, to be able to connect with your community and to find that thing, for your young children, finding out what those areas are that they're going to excel in. And so having a community that offers a variety is a great thing.
It really is.
Looks like we may have another candidate here for district commissioner. Mm-hmm. Some of these I've not even known were going to be on the ballot.
And you're exactly correct, which shows a testament to the benefit of participating.
Yes.
This is a great opportunity to showcase, again, who you are.
Who you are, and then doing the research to find out the representation, the ideas. We need new growth. We need to be introduced to new vision.
Correct.
And new hope. So find out what the candidates are bringing to the table.
That's right.
And envisioning for the future.
That's right. And I know at the city, our elected officials, our current elected officials have worked very hard to demonstrate that they are very, very progressive, and they're interested in redevelopment and growth opportunities for our community. I think we both know that when you take a look at the metro area, we probably haven't grown as much as some of our neighboring communities, and I think it's time, and I believe that that's the sentiment that our current elected officials are moving forward and saying it's time for us to take the lead.
Yes. All right, we have the Winston Knights football and cheerleading, talking about outreach for our young adults. Mm-hmm. I believe they have a very strong program there, ages 5 to 12. In that football and cheerleading program. So if you're looking for something to connect your young one, there's a great organization.
All right, the young men have their jerseys on, look as if they're ready to play.
Excited about hitting the fields.
That's right.
So Marcia, you were mentioning the fact about growth and visioning for the city. We have a little bit of gap here, so let's see if we can fill in a little bit with some of the things that are happening downtown, in the downtown area.
Well, I'm really, this is, in my opinion, this is a very exciting time, not only to work for the city, actually, but to live in our community. We have 8 elected officials on the city council who have collectively made the decision that they are highly interested in developing the core of the city. So I would see that as being not only just a downtown, our mill property that many people in the community have talked about, and then our north side.
Yes.
So if you look at those together on the map, those are all basically a jointed district, but each have unique, interesting challenges.
Right.
So the elected officials early last year made the decision to study each of those areas independently, but to develop them together. So that the growth is together, it's coordinated, but each area gets its own attention. We've heard from the citizens. We want that mill cleaned up.
Yes.
So we're moving forward to that. So right now we are in the environmental phase of cleaning up the mill. And of course, everyone knows about the jail property.
Yes.
We hope they do.
We hope they do. If they don't, why don't you go ahead and let them know? Give them a little bit here.
Well, we'll talk about Factory Shoals in a minute. And it looks like their middle school, they're steppers. Are we getting ready to see a show?
We might be. I hope they'll bring it on up to the intersection here. Or if not, maybe the cameras can grab it. If not, they're moving this way. But that would be great to see a nice little show here in the intersection and give them their opportunity to be spotlighted.
That's right. I think it looks like this is all a group
there
of young
they
ladies.
Go.
Okay.
There they go. We've got a nice sky cam view there.
Yes.
Go girls.
And I tell you, that's hard work not only to walk in the parade, but do a performance intermittently.
It is. And they're all folding in together for that performance.
That's right.
Looks good. All right.
Pulling back the curtain by myself, take a look. I'm a hard hitter, young light skin, but I'm still a dark. I'm a big spitter, I'm a tall figure, I'm an unforgiving dog. Something wrong with her, got 'em all with her. I'm a bill printer, I'm a grave digger. Yeah, I am what I am. I don't have no time for no misunderstandings again. It's a rolling, not a stop. Watch, don't never stop.
Yeah.
Very good, young ladies. Very good.
Very nice performance. There you go. Exciting. The girls are into it. Performed well. That was great.
Very good.
All right. We have a float here, I guess, representing everyone. It looks like. That's what you call unity.
It is. All different segments. So labor commissioner, governor, district commissioner, secretary of state.
Now, that wasn't our code enforcement float where they picked up illegal signs, was it?
It could have been. It could have been.
Oh, the Republican Party.
Mr. Terry Baggett.
And Terry Baggett driving there, yes,
a great community leader, a veteran, always serving, and has served for years in our community.
We have the Lithia Springs Assembly of God. That's nice to see all assets of our community joining in and making a participation here in the 4th of July parade.
That's right.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Flipped Antiques. My.
Join us for free hot dogs. I don't know, Kelly, you think it's right on 6610 Broad Street? We may be able to go and get some lunch.
There's lunch.
After this.
There's lunch after this, possibly. You know, speaking of lunch, they do have the activities out at Hunter Park this year, too.
They do. They do have those activities, so this is where the parade ends, so nice and timely. So individuals who are actually even here on the parade route can go and stop by. Many of the floats and entries will be there, so you can take an up-close and personal look, as well as participate in the festivities.
A lot of those law enforcement vehicles, the kids would love to see up close. Here's the opportunity.
That is correct.
And I believe they have barbecue served out there, too.
Yes.
So there's another place, or opportunity for lunch today as well.
And it probably works for those of us like us who have to work tomorrow.
There
so
you go.
We don't have to cook dinner.
There you go. Pick up something to take home.
That's right. And one of the things, you know, talking about, you know, downtown here is where we are. You know, this is our core of our community. We were mentioning the jail property. We are in negotiations with purchasing the jail from the county. That property will close on August 15th,
Wow.
and we will look to completely redevelop the jail, and it will no longer be a jail.
And it will not look like it looks now.
No, it will not.
Yes. There is the conceptual drawings that are available because there was a downtown master plan study
That is correct.
put together, and it looks very, very impressive.
It is.
It's a new Douglasville.
It is. And so teams like this will have a larger town center than what's across the street from us in O'Neill Plaza, but there will be an amphitheater.
Yes.
So we will be able to have larger community events. So maybe in a couple years, rather than the parade ending at Hunter Park, we'll be able to wrap around at the jail.
That sounds great. End up maybe with a large fanfare concert series or something, just growing this event.
And I think it gives and opens up huge opportunities for us, especially in the core of the community where we just really haven't had those opportunities, because
Right.
the O'Neill Plaza is nice, but we both know that it's not large enough to hold the gatherings that I think that the public is asking
looking
for.
and where our community has grown to.
Yes,
So
correct.
and it does serve its purpose. It's a nice space, especially since I guess it's been over a year now that
Yes.
it's been remodeled and available in use. We have a lot of people, great comments on the new fountain.
Right.
They've been able to level that whole space off. So just things like that are just improving and making our downtown very beautiful, friendly, and family oriented.
Well, I think we have some interactive art
Oh, we do. I
with the
see.
bridge to America's independence.
My,
Wow.
that can speak.
Yes. More talented artists in our community, vocal talent.
Remember the soldier. God bless this land. We must remember the soldier.
America's independence was fought for, and their song there, Remembering the Soldier.
That's right.
And our freedom, unfortunately, did not come without a huge sacrifice
No,
and
and
price.
that sacrifice continues today. And you know, one of the things that sometimes I know gets overlooked, you know, we have been at war for a long time. Many families have struggled, individuals have lost their lives, and where I hold near and dear to my heart is not only just the individuals who are serving, but their families. I think
Yes.
sometimes people forget that not only does the individual serve, but their family serves with them, and it's a struggle. It's a needed struggle, but it's definitely a sacrifice nonetheless.
Here we have some former representation of those early Confederate days.
Yes. Also some
Through
Boy
some of
Scouts
our-
in
and
the
Boy
middle.
Scouts there. I think they were just ahead of them. We might have
Yes.
might have missed them there, but looky there, making sure they interact with the little ones. Here's the Sons of Confederate Veterans.
Mm-hmm.
They're always with us.
Yeah. Very popular organization. Many members in our community. Are they going to blast a cannon in front of us, Miss Kelly? I hope not.
I'm always anticipating and never know. It catches me off guard when they do.
I know. Happy Independence Day. We may have saved ourselves from
I don't know.
jumping out of our seats.
We'll give it a few more minutes till they get down the road, the intersection. We have another candidate here for Solicitor General.
Yes. It's like our current solicitor is up for re-election, or seeking re-election, I should
Seeking
say.
re-election, right? Several other candidates on that ballot as well. So there again, just encouraging everyone to be informed on the candidates.
That's right.
Looking to see if this current candidate, I didn't see him on the float. Is he walking?
Yeah, I have not
I believe
seen him.
he
I
might be
know-
down the road.
Yeah,
We've got
it
a
looks
little.
like they're the more folks in his party.
Oh, hello there.
Hats off to the young
Yes.
ones enduring.
Walking, and you know, this parade route starts at Fairburn Road, comes all the way up Church Street, heads over Rose Avenue. I can't the back road that it cuts through. I can't recall.
Right there at Pinecrest, and it enters the back of the rear of Hunter Park, the gate that's typically closed to through traffic
on a regular basis. But on events like the parade and things like that, they can open it up for that access. But this is a little bit of a route.
It is
especially
a route.
if you're on foot.
Yes.
So to everyone who's participating in the parade, by foot especially, we say thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yes. And there is an incline. I have
yes.
usually every year I walk from Fairburn Road to this spot, so there is an incline.
And that's quite high.
Hello.
There you are.
I didn't realize it was too far.
Okay, we have a speech. We've got cameras that'll catch you down the road there, or at the intersection.
Yes, happy 4th.
Thank you.
Happy 4th. So that is the candidate, Mr. Matthew Krull, who is our current solicitor. So he's looking for airtime.
He's found it. There's his FaceTime on camera. So
there you go.
It's funny, they all think that the cameras have the audio with it.
Yes.
But that's good, So, but it's great.
It is. Very good.
Great to see, that they know they want to make that FaceTime and that connection.
Yes.
So
taking advantage of that opportunity. Hello, the little ones riding along, participating.
Did we win? We have floats. It sounds like they might be bribing along the way. Some of the floats with the judges, huh? Did we win? All right, it looks like we might have a section here of some businesses.
Yes.
Within our community, and that's also another great way to advertise your services, advertise your products. And ways that you're engaged in the community.
That's right. It looks like Cricket Wireless has an entry. And I would say that Cricket Wireless entry, it looks like he's just 2 people. But again, expressing that opportunity to participate.
That's right. Make your name known in the community. We have Premier Pharmacy or drugstore here. They're just right down the road here as well, and then Village Pharmacy. I guess maybe this is a joint, a collaborative.
They're giving us a prescription.
There you are, Lady Liberty.
Celebrate your independence. Choose your home pharmacy town.
There you are, hometown pharmacies. There you go. Coming up, we've got something football, fortune and fame. All right, it says coming to, I guess it's the AFFL U.S. Open of football.
All right. I
Oh,
believe
nice.
that
That's
this is
great.
what Councilwoman Burdanley was speaking of
Okay.
at our last city council meeting, that Lieutenant Ricky Dobbs
Yes.
is participating in this league and inviting many of the youth in our community
To come out. That's great. And, what a great story Ricky Dobbs has.
Yes.
That's a wonderful story there. Local community. I guess we could call him a personality now.
Yes.
We've had him as a guest speaker for several events.
And he was last year's Grand Marshal.
That's right. And Naval Academy. So just setting a great roadmap and an
Yes.
inspiring roadmap for young men in our community.
And we've just had Georgia Highlands moving down as well, one of our collegiate institutions here in the community.
We
Glad
have
to see them participating.
Yes, and we do have several secondary educational outlets and means.
Yeah.
Sweet Treat. This looks like a mobile concession stand with all your sweet tooth needs, it looks like.
Well, yes.
All right?
Yes.
Okay.
As we see.
We'll grab one of those.
Right.
We'll see if we can help promote
right.
that.
All right.
I think this is one of our local rap artists, if I recall.
Yes, he's also typically a participant as well.
I believe he had a song about Douglasville.
Yes. And I think actually the person on the back of this float is a city employee.
Yes.
Mr. Chad Brown.
Looks familiar. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
And that's the fun aspect of our parade. The floats bring that variety.
Yes. A very serious topic Family Advocates of Georgia. But again, nice to see this young man and this young woman.
What a beautiful, little float. Yes. Now that's a great representation there.
Very great. Celebrating families again.
And you know, that's what it takes in our community, being able to pull together and offer the services and for the needs that are there from a wide range.
Yes.
Wide range.
Yeah, and mental health is such a serious topic in our country, and you know, very difficult to talk about, but serious nonetheless.
And I'm telling you, she's gonna make her pose. I hope we got that pose. We got that pose on camera. There we go.
Again, enticing, and we're not going to say bribing, but enticing the judges to be swayed.
We love it, though. Golden Memorial United Methodist.
Yeah.
They've also been very strong participants in many events for the city throughout the years.
They are located on the north side of our community, where we're also having a planning study in that area so that it will connect with the Old Mill and the downtown study area. And I'm not certain if many folks in the community know this, but we have never had any planning efforts on the north side of town.
Oh, wow. So this is
the first.
This is a first in that effort. That's great.
This is the first. Definitely encouraged by the Highway 92 project, but definitely a need indeed.
Yes.
We know that road is going to split the community as such, so we need to do some planning efforts around it to make certain that we encourage smart growth for the citizens who reside and do business on the north side of town.
And you know, it's almost like it's an open slate. It's an open drawing board right now.
Correct.
So having that study is great. Gives some direction.
Yes, and I believe that Golden United Methodist Church is one of the establishments that's actually expanding their church in that area. So what a great time again. Douglasville growing, a local church expanding, which means that their membership is growing.
It's growing as well. That's right. And with these red shirts, we can see that.
That's right.
And they're handing out their waters on this hot 4th of July.
A very key thing for entries. Giving out water.
Giving out. Here is the Peace Truck.
Well,
I'm not familiar with this organization. Is it still part of the, let's see if we can read here on the side.
Community Church, Cumberland Community Church.
Cumberland Community Church. There we are. So another way of connecting with the community in a very creative manner.
Right.
I'm sure that they use that at many events throughout the area.
Because people are asking the question, what's the Peace Truck?
Yes.
So it prompts the question. Another business showcasing themselves, using that opportunity.
And we have one of the favorites. I know my daughter Crystal would love to be able to see these horses, but the horses here in the area, local riders having the opportunity to showcase their beautiful, beautiful animals.
Yes, and horses are great animals. I think people, if you're not familiar with horses, they provide therapeutic opportunities for individuals. They're very kind, gentle animals, very understanding.
Yes.
And if you've ever been around horses or know anything about horses, you can quickly fall in love.
You can.
With them.
They're very majestical.
Yes.
I mean, just beautiful, beautiful creatures.
And many of these riders, their families date back generations for horse riders.
Yes.
Just proving just how, as you said, majestic, therapeutic these animals are. They always wrap up things toward the end of our parade. People love to see them. But just like motorcycles, safety is key.
Safety is key.
Because they do sense emotion and temperament.
But we look like very skilled riders here. They have them all under control.
Yes. As with this horse, he's talking to a citizen. As I said, they recognize temperament, but skilled rider who knows when to
move them along.
That's
and,
right.
Right, back them up. Yeah, looks like we have another group here coming of horses. I'm not sure if this was one unified big group, but nonetheless, everyone is enjoying the beauty of those horses coming through.
And just showing the skill of these riders, they recognize not to clutter the horses together, give them their space, to make certain they're just like us.
We have to have our space.
Yes.
There you go.
That's right.
Beautiful sound too.
Beautiful.
On these street here.
You can tell those two gentlemen are experienced riders as they have their horse trotting along. This young lady's taking a casual ride.
That would be me. That would be my speed on a horse. But they're great. Great to see. We have young and old riders alike there.
That's right. And think about how often do they get a chance to ride their horses throughout the streets of Douglasville?
Through downtown Douglasville, that's correct. Oh, looky there. We have one stopped along the side of the road, and the parade participants, petting the horse and enjoying it. But like you said, they know when to move them along, and we have great color, different different breeds, I guess, of horses here tonight. Taking the selfie with the horse.
Because they are very strong animals, very strong. And a testament to their strength, we have one pulling a carriage coming up.
Here we go. Have you seen this carriage before?
I don't think so.
It does not look familiar to me.
It does not. But, of course, as we know, horses historically have been used for work purposes. And
Peaches
it looks like we have
and cream.
Peaches and cream.
Peaches and cream. It's a beautiful carriage.
Beautiful.
Now, that would be a great wedding exit from your event for the bride and groom. That would be beautiful staged.
Sure, they've had a nice ride along the parade route.
They've enjoyed theirs, right?
Yes.
The Exodus Ranch. So they're part of this, I guess, whole entourage of the horses. The Exodus Ranch offers a lot of, like you were saying, therapeutic sessions and type work with young people, all kinds of people, I guess.
And I think is it called equine therapy?
Equine therapy, correct.
So for those who are interested in those services, here's an opportunity for that. You see these young children riding just as well as we saw some of our older citizens. But again, in command of their horses.
Right, and it's good to see the safety with the helmets there on for the younger riders especially. This looks like it might be a miniature. Here she
goes. She
trots. Well, that was wonderful
to end. And even with being on a smaller horse, she's still practicing safety, still has her helmet.
Right. Well, Marcia, goodness.
Wow.
Does this mean the parade is at its end? Our city sweeper?
It does. Our employees are cleaning up as we go. We are ending with safety again with our fire department, making certain that we ride through, making certain there are no concerns along the way. And I see the crowds moving along again.
Starting to disassemble, probably making their way on over to Hunter Park for activities there this afternoon. And then, of course, we want to mention, I'm not sure what year, but goodness, the fireworks tonight. Being shot off from the West Pines golf course, but several viewing areas throughout the city.
And I do want to thank Greystone Power for always being a sponsor to helping us put on the fireworks show. we couldn't really do it without them, and they've always provided, helping to provide funds to help cover those costs.
And we provide a very intensive, electrifying fireworks show. It's usually about a 17 to 19 minute production.
We do, and we do ours on July 4th.
We do. So come join us out at West Pines, and if you're headed to the mall, bring a canned good this year is one of the things that they're looking to do to help support local community with people in need.
Yes, and I hope that people have fun again, be safe, and enjoy your families. And I believe this is one of the great days that we have in our country that represents family, unity, not just independence, but all those things that I believe that makes us great as a nation.
I agree. Well, Marcia, thank you so much for co-hosting with us today.
Well, thank you, Miss Kelly. It's been a pleasure. It's great to be able to watch the parade from this viewpoint.
We actually were in the shade and fairly cool this time, and it was just a great event. We want to say thank you to everyone who participated. Yes. Thank you to our viewers. This will be available on City TV as well as on our YouTube channel, so spread it around, share it.
Yes.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
Happy 4th. All righty. Happy 4th, everyone.